everyone. Thank you so much for coming this morning. My name is Betsy Hearn. I'm the Associate Director of Sales for the Southeastern US, Canada, and the Caribbean. I'm here to talk about Ovid's insights from Ovid's advanced research solutions. I'll start off giving a little bit of history and sort of positioning where we sit within Wolters Kluwer, because I know that some of you may not be in the health sciences area. So Wolters, on a journey here. Okay, Wolters Kluwer is a large company. We have customers in 180 countries. We have offices on 6 continents, over 21,000 employees worldwide. We work with 93% of Fortune 500 companies, either on the our legal and tax and financial compliance side of the business or on the health side of the business. Our core values are to focus on our customers, try to make it better, both for our employees and our customers. We always look to win as a team. It's something that we talk about internally quite a bit, and deliver the right results to the right people. One of the things that we've been working on recently is Sustainable Development Goals. So that includes not just DEIB, but also some environmental changes, trying to become more sustainable in that way, and within our corporate culture. Ovid sits in the Wolters Kluwer Health side of the business. We are in the medical research side, so you can see us down there, Ovid and Ovid Synthesis are our expert solutions, but we also partner very closely with some of our other colleagues, and you may be familiar with UpToDate or Lippincott Solutions, Emmy, Lexicon, and others. So we aim to deliver expert solutions to our customers at the point of care. So this year we celebrated our 40th anniversary, and if you were at MLA, you might have come to our 40th birthday party. So Mark Nelson started what was known as online research systems back in 1984. And he was the first person to take the data from the NIH and load it to an online platform on CD-ROM, which was extremely revolutionary at the time. That was in 1992 when it was the first Windows interface of Medline. They acquired BRS Online, which was doing something similar about 10 years into their business. And 4 years later, Wolters Kluwer acquired Ovid. In 2001, they acquired Silver Platter and me in the process. And then we launched Ovid SP, which is our search platform that combines Ovid and Silver Platter, and that's still our search platform. We launched Ovid Discovery, which is our discovery service, in 2018. Ovid Synthesis is our latest expert solution that we're so excited about. It's our first evidence-based practice workflow solution. It's the first one of its type. And then this year we launched Ovid Discovery AI. So we are constantly evolving. Wolters Kluwer in general has an AI Center of Excellence, and I know that this is a topic that comes up all the time. So we've been working with some forms of artificial intelligence for over a decade, even on the back end. Obviously, it's coming much more to the forefront now. So we are still, working to develop it in a responsible manner. Obviously, especially with healthcare content, we want to make sure that it's being used in the right way. So our latest AI solutions, our UpToDate division has AI Labs, CCH, which is on the legal side, has Answer Connect, and Legisway Analyzer. And then we have just launched Ovid Discovery AI, which is an AI component to our discovery service. And I will show you, we get into that a little bit later. Ovid is a content aggregator in medical research, so we work across academic institutions, hospitals, pharmacy, and government agencies. Our search platform, Ovid SP, covers bibliographic databases, full-text journals, and then books and references. And we have a very unique cross-search capability. And what's nice about that is you can see we aggregate content too. So while Wolters Kluwer and Lippincott Williams & Wilkins is a publisher, we are also an aggregator. So you can search Embase on our platform. We are the exclusive institutional platform for the NEJM titles. And then we also work with other book publishers. We work with Springer, we work with Wiley, and many others in addition to our LWW books. And I will just say, if you are an Ovid customer and you've ever worked with our customer service team, they are amazing. They win an award every year for being one of the top customer service teams in the industry. Obviously, our digital subscriptions have been growing, and if we go back to that timeline, I think we can all sort of see where, I remember even when we were moving from that print to online world, and it's still continuing to develop, but we are seeing even more decline, probably post-COVID, in print subscriptions. Much more is moving online, and that's not just with the journals or with archives, but also with our digital curriculum solution products. So customers moving to online ebook textbooks for their and institutional textbooks. So schools saying we're going to provide all of the textbooks for our students, which makes sure that the students have access to all the same editions, all the same content that the professors are teaching, and also that the students have access to the books, because sometimes we found they will not buy books. So this is a way that the schools can make sure that there's equitable access to all of their assigned textbooks. And then within our LWW, we also have the journals. So top ranked titles. We have over 150 proprietary journals. So those are journals that we publish. And then we also have 110 Premier Society titles. So we publish journals on behalf of the American Society for Anesthesiology. We publish, this is playing with me. We publish the American Heart Association journals, AAOS, the orthopedic titles. So we partner with all of them as well, and they're very high quality journals. Nothing's embargoed, and those are all available either on the journal website. So when you buy, you can access it via Ovid SP, or you can access it by the journal website as well. We get asked a lot about read and publish, and so far this has really been something that has been done more internationally, but if you do want to discuss it, I would encourage you to reach out to your Ovid representative, or I can speak with you afterwards and let you know. But we do offer kind of a hybrid open access publication service. It covers LWW Total Access. That is, we can only offer it for titles that we own. And then there are a few different options for how we can work that out. And we do have available national agreements. Again, those are done internationally, but also we work with a few consortia on things as well. And we would always look to do those over multiple years. Ovid Discovery, I mentioned earlier. So Ovid Discovery AI Ovid Discovery is a central hub. It's a portal for accessing all of your content, whether it's on Ovid or other platforms. It allows, users to do one very simple search and kind of take advantage of all of the different resources that the library subscribes to and invests in without having to go to all sorts of different platforms. And Ovid Discovery AI is the newest piece of that, and that will take all those results from across the different platforms and offer kind of like a summary at the top, like an AI summary, which you've probably seen on other search platforms. So it does just make it a little bit more efficient. It makes it a little bit more accessible to users of all levels. Not everybody is, doing systematic reviews and using, power searching within the Ovid platform. This kind of allows Ovid customers to span the research, sort of universe, and depending on what their abilities are. And, again, you're going to see the most relevant content. Our Ovid Discovery uses a health sciences vocabulary and taxonomy, and so that is going to bring you the best results for that area. We do not do it's very agnostic, the weighting of the results. It's based on your search. So again, this is a terrible picture. I wish they put one that shows the results, but this is what it would look like. This is our Ovid Discovery platform. It's very customizable. Our customer service is great. They will make the changes for you, or if you have someone on your team that wants to be the person who's in charge of the Discovery platform, that's fine as well. So, And then Ovid Synthesis is our latest expert solution, which we are so excited about. This has changed things for research for the better at a lot of organizations. We hear great feedback from this all the time. We were at the Magnet conference last week talking with nurses. This kind of stemmed from actually a rep was working with his customers, and he was doing all sorts of training all over his state because they had a nursing residency requirement for all new nurses, that they had to go through a nursing residency once they entered into practice. And so he was traveling around doing all of this training for customers and teaching EVP, and he really learned a lot about kind of some of the struggles that organizations have around managing research projects. So obviously there was no single view. People were storing things on, how are you tracking your research in this organization? Oh, we have a, SharePoint site, or, oh, we have, a spreadsheet that we're using, or, just different ways, and it wasn't efficient. And so administrators, executives had no line of sight into what the research activities at their, system or their hospital were. So people would do the same projects, and instead of being able to say like, oh, I'm also interested in reducing falls, let me see who else is studying this and maybe we can collaborate on something. And then the clinicians they were not, this isn't their number one job, so they needed some guidance and some help for how they were going to assess and synthesize the information. Without that, they were, having incomplete research. They were kind of like, oh, I don't know where I'm going with this. And then, different health systems want to use the same process for all of their research. So they want everyone following sort of the same standard. And that changes between different, not every organization uses the same research model, but within organizations, they are able to develop templates that allow them to standardize that process. And again, this leads to increased collaboration and less siloing of research. So with this, he actually did Ovid, Wolters Kluwer does this contest every year where different people from all through Wolters Kluwer can submit its Global Innovation Awards. They can submit different ideas, and it goes through a committee, and it goes all the way up to Nancy McKinstry, who is our CEO. And they choose a few projects that they are going to move forward with. And Ovid Synthesis actually won the GIA award one year, and it was then developed into a product which is going to the market. So it's been pretty amazing. So it's an evidence-based workflow solution that streamlines your QI, your EBP, standardized expert workflow we talked about. There's different ways to disseminate it. So when you're done with your research, you can produce a paper, produce a presentation, or if you've ever had to do a poster, you can present it will output a poster format, which is amazing. And then that single view, that's a dashboard that maybe not everybody using it would see, but that's something that an administrator could see, to see all of the different projects that are going on, what levels of completion they are. It'll also report on things like no one's touched this project in 30 days, at which point someone can go out and say, hey, are you stalling with your project? It increases efficiency. So we did a study on it. We published a journal article that I actually have down at the table if anybody would like to see it. But we've definitely seen a report of decreased time to complete projects, definitely better standardization, collaboration, and we also are able to measure ROI, which helps go back to leadership within an organization and show that the investment is, paying off. So this was a new release this year, if you haven't heard of it, we don't tell you what the ROI is, but it allows the teams to estimate it, and there's a tool for doing that. So it gives better outcomes, higher returns, and it helps to kind of consider the costs and benefits and see where they've actually not just, increased safety or made a change to a process or something like that, but also maybe like helped with readmissions to a hospital because they made a change. So we've gotten really great feedback on that, and our users are very excited to kind of show that to their leadership and show that what effect the work that they've been doing is having on the organization. Now, the really great thing is if you combine Ovid Discovery and Ovid Synthesis. So within Ovid Discovery, if you are an Ovid Synthesis customer, there's actually a button. So if you're doing a search for something, maybe you're like, CLAPSy, and you get some results and you're like, oh, that would actually be really good for my project that I'm working on, you can just click a button and it will put that article, you'll get a drop-down menu and you say which project you want to add it to. And you can add that article to your project. And then when you go back into Ovid Synthesis, then you can start your appraisal of that article, but at least it will be there for you. So it's a very nice way to kind of streamline that workflow. And I mentioned earlier that NEJM, we are the institutional distributor for that. So all NEJM institutional subscriptions now are handled through Ovid. So we have a number of different products from the NEJM group, including NEJM plus NEJM Evidence that's sold in a bundle, Catalyst, which helps with healthcare administration, the Journal Watch product, and then this year, in January, the NEJM group launched NEJM AI, which discusses trends in AI within healthcare. So that's a brand new title, brand new area, and that's been very popular, and we've been getting a lot of requests for that because it is such a, new and growing area. I think that was to the end of my slides, so I apologize for that. I'm not sure what happened here. But does anybody have any questions? I know I'm coming up on time here. I can answer. No? All right. Well, thank you for coming.